What is the deal, Raider Nation? What is the deal? We do have a live presser today with Derek. Kind of interested in what they're going to say. See if they touch on the release of Jonathan Abrams and also the other moves that were made, bringing Palomal up from the practice squad to the active 53-man roster. Yes, indeed. Shout out to everybody that's pulling up right now. I know it's just a pop up, but we're getting down to this pressure, man. I've been under the weather the last couple of days. That's why I haven't been on in the morning. But I thank you guys for being here now. Yeah, we're just waiting on the pressure, as you can see. Just curious what they're gonna say, what kind of stuff they're gonna say. What's the focal point? Um, all that good shit. All that good shit. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Right now we only are 5 deep, but we're gaining momentum. Shout out to Richard Line in the house, man. Thank you for pulling up this afternoon. Sinister's in the house. What is the deal, my guy? Salute to you as well. The Raiders critique. Thank you. I know y'all could probably hear a little bit, man. Yeah, man, I got hit hard. I don't know if it was the flu or what, man, but I'm feeling a lot better now. I will be on tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. With the Good Morning Raider Nation show, and we'll discuss a lot of stuff there too. And it, of course, Friday, Fuck Your Team Friday is going down. So yes, I thank you guys for pulling up, man. Navy Vet 44, salute to you, my guy. Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Yeah, man. We just gonna wait. You know how these motherfuckers tell us the presser gonna start at a certain time, and it should be like 30 minutes later. So until then, in the meantime and in between time, we're gonna do it our way. We're gonna do it the Raider way. You feel me? Shout out to everybody out there. J Dub in the house, man. Thank you for pulling up. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We're doing a live presser with Davante Adams and Derek Carr. I'm just curious to hear what they got to say with the personnel movement on this team with the release of Jonathan Abram. If those who don't know, he was grabbed off of waivers by the Green Bay Packers. So there go another number 24 from the Raiders to the Packers. You know what I mean? So they did claim him. I think that also helps us salary cap wise. So I gotta wait for those numbers to come out and see exactly how much it adds to us. But in the other move, we have this is my thing. This is my thing. We're gonna get into this shit. I know a lot of people, I know we think that Jonathan Abram was a disappointment, and yes, he did not live up to a first round draft pick. But the underlying things that I'm reading, we did sign Sidney Jones, the free agent corner from Seattle. So that's another secondary move that they've made. But for them to go ahead and let Abram go ahead and just cut him and let him go. Now there's things that I can read in between the lines on this. One, it was a mutual agreement. You know what I mean? One as where people say, well, why didn't you just keep him on the roster for the whole season? Why would you do that if that's not a part of what your plan is? Why keep somebody on there if he does not fit what you're doing? That's taking up a roster spot from somebody who can come in there, who fits the system, and go ahead and give production on the field. So with them bringing up Palomal, the undrafted free agent safety out of USC, that's showing me a whole lot that they've been coaching this kid up, and they really believe that he can come in there and contribute and fits what they're doing. I like him anyway for his measurables, for him being his height and his speed. For his height, I like that. I like his ability to be able to groom him up to the point where we can take on and put him on any tight end that wants to go out there. You know what I mean? He has the good body measurables to match up with him and play good defense. But you still got to coach him up. He's still an undrafted. He's still green. But I still think that's what I'm reading into is that McDaniels and them are looking at Palomal like, not even McDaniels. We'll say Patrick Graham. That Patrick Graham feels like he's a better fit for what he's trying to do than what Jonathan Abrams can provide you. You know what I mean? Now people say, "Oh, well, he was good against the run. He just couldn't cover." But look up his stats, and here's an amazing thing: his run defense percentage was lower than his coverage percentage. Go figure. This season, he did worse against the run than he did against the pass. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And now that was strange to me. Like, oh shit, I didn't. I didn't know that shit. So he was doing better in coverage. Not that I'm saying his coverage score was like, through the roof, but I'm saying his coverage score, knowing we know that this is his weakness, was better than his run defense score. So it is what it is. They released him. Green Bay picked him up off of waivers, so that should clear some cap space for us, for whatever direction we decide to go, because there's still games left. Now, does it look promising for us to get into the playoffs? No. Keep it 100. No, don't. It don't. And if we don't get into playoffs, what else would you use the season for but to go ahead and analyze the talent that you have here now? You start getting these young dudes into the mix, give them more snaps, and start analyzing them. The guys that you guys picked up, you signed, you drafted. You know what I mean? So that would be a good thing for them to go ahead and focus on now, is these next guys in line. Hey, Palomal, man, hey, he has the potential of being solid. And the one good thing is that he's not jumping from one NFL scheme to the next. He's coming out of college right into one system, and this is the only system he knows. So this is what he's been fed since he came in the doors of of Las Vegas Raiders, and this is what been presented to him on a plate for him to go ahead and consume and understand and analyze and know the playbook. So this is the only thing. This is the only professional defense he knows. That's good to me. You know what I mean? Especially with them saying that these guys ain't going nowhere. Okay, let's get these young dudes acclimated to what we're trying to do. Let's go ahead. This is who we're trying to build this roster with. You know what I mean? I'm fine with that. I'm fine. What I ain't fine with is you drafting and signing free agents or undrafted free agents. I don't care about the veterans, the young guys, and then get rid of them because you picked wrong. That's the shit that's disturbing. When you go out there and draft a motherfucker, but yet he's not what you want, then why the fuck you draft him? You know what I mean? So let these young dudes show and prove. That's all I ask for. Let them show and prove. Shout out to Carlos, man. What's good with you, man? Top of the afternoon, man. Yes, I'm just waiting for this. Let me see, I point that the right way. Waiting for the motherfucking presser to start. You know how these motherfuckers be dragging their heels, but it is what it is, for real. We got D-Menace in the house, man. What's good, man? Hey, that's right, D-Men. We got to develop these young dudes. If you're going to build your roster the way you see fit, it has to start with your guys. I understand you inheriting guys that does not fit what you're doing. I understand that. And then when you find out that, no matter what, this is not working, you got to cut ties. You have to cut ties to open up that roster spot to get someone in there that does fit what you're doing. It's not a knock on Abram. It's just Abram didn't fit what we were trying to do. You know what I mean? Obviously. That's why they let him go. They could have held him hostage. You know what I mean? But now he has an opportunity to go to another team, and maybe they can use him in their scheme the way that fits his ability. It just didn't transgress over to what we're doing. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. That's the nature of the business. That's the nature of the business, man. For real. Who else we got out there, man? J-Dub in the house. Defensive play entails. Hey, they only can judge you by your production. You know what I mean? You never should go ahead and slot a person in on your roster and you're going specifically by salary and where they were drafted. That's a no-no. That's a no-no because you're keeping somebody on. You're taking up a spot of someone that can come in there and be more productive, even if they're making less or got drafted in the 4th, 5th, 6th round. Never. I always thought that would be horrible just to start somebody just because they were a first-round draft pick or because they made X amount of dollars. That doesn't mean you're going to get that production out of them. You're not going to get a first-round production out of them or a $20 million a year production rate. You're not. It always don't come out that way. So it's like for you to just be steadfast and we're going to force him in here because of where he got drafted and how much he made. That's stupid. Where this guy on the bench might have been a 6th-round pick, but been busting his ass and knows the system and produces more every time that veteran with the slotted draft pick or the amount of money is in front of him. Like, look at Chandler Jones. Come on, bruh. If we got a guy that's on this roster that can give you more production than Chandler Jones, do you feel like, we got to keep him at backup because Chandler Jones is making X amount of dollars? is it the money that makes a motherfucker a starter or his production? You know what I mean? A lot of times these motherfuckers be so caught up in the politics and the economics of shit. It's like they feel like they have to put this guy out there because of that, rather than his production could be asshole, just garbage. But you want to go ahead and rely on the fact that not rely, but you feel like you're pigeonholed in playing this guy because of the money and where he was drafted. Fuck no. When they got rid of Leatherwood, that showed me right there they value talent and production over where you were drafted and how much you make. Plain and simple. Look, hey, the most common, the recent shit right here with Jonathan Abram, number 1 first round pick. They let him go. Who they bringing up? An undrafted. Production outweighs where you got drafted regardless. And that's the smart move to make. That is damn the smartest move you can make. I hope to God all teams are like that, but we know it ain't. We know the politics and that shit. You probably got owners getting their asses in putting their nose and shit. Be like, hey, bruh, hey, we paying them $20-something, $20 million a year, bro. He gotta start. But if he ain't producing, that's hurting your team. You know what I mean? But I know they're out there. For real, for real. Alfredo, the boss with the sauce, man. What's the deal with you, man? Thank you for pulling up. Yeah, we're just waiting on this little presser right now, but in the meantime, we're just covering the little tidbits with this team and the moves they're making. Like I said, I'm not gonna be up and down like a roller coaster with this team this year. I already seen that. We're at 2-6. I'm just gonna watch. I'm gonna analyze the players. I'm gonna look at the players and see who fits what we're trying to do, who looks good out there, who's coming along as far as development goes. But I'm not hanging my hat up on the fact of making the playoffs. Fuck that. You got to prove me otherwise. But in between that shit, there is shit to look at and pay attention to. Still keep a look on that offensive line. Still keep a look at the secondary and the linebacker positions. You know what I mean? Just keep your eyes open and analyze this shit. And then we can get a better idea of what this team might be focused on when it comes to the draft next year in a very deep defensive draft, which is a perfect fucking lineup of the stars with us to have this many draft picks and have needs throughout the defense. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now all they got to do is just get their picks right. Don't get out there and fuck around and reach on some shit or oh my God, that's my fear, man. If you're gonna get a first round pick, draft first round talent. You know what I mean? Don't reach. We got so many holes on this defense. You should not have to reach. Grab the best available for a position of need on this team, which we can name a plethora of needs on this defense. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, we just need a defensive tackle and that's it. Nah, you probably look at tackles. You got to look at defensive ends because if Chandler Jones ain't, okay, y'all, let me shut the fuck up.
It's obviously learning a new system. X amount of time
Let
over
me
the
fix
year.
this.
This year, a little bit of a digression. Is it still learning the system? Is it complications that every week? How do you?
Let me just get it to 1080. I didn't like how blurry that shit kind of looked. Come on, what's up, bitch?
How do you
All right,
explain
let me shut the
your
fuck up.
numbers?
Can you guys hear it? Let me know if you can hear this.
Yeah,
Let me see a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear the sound.
there's years that, I played better football with worse numbers, and all that kind of stuff. So the number part isn't really the thing that we look at. It's just the efficiency of how you're running the offense, And so moving the ball, scoring points, taking care of the football, all those things. And so, like I said, it takes everybody, but I'm just working on trying to be better. And I've had, good numbers first half season, bad numbers, all that kind of stuff. It really doesn't matter until the end anyway. You try and win football games and see where that leads us. And again, for me, I'm just trying to be better myself. And those things can land where they want. I just want to make sure I'm playing good enough to where we can win more football games.
It's your job as a leader, quarterback, to really. I know it's not hasn't been what we wanted, but this game this Sunday, this game next week, not look ahead or look back, and just stay focused when obviously it's not going the way you guys want.
Yeah, we were talking about that today, like a couple of us, especially me and Tay.
Let's get those likes up.
You're in this league, it's almost been a decade. We're sitting here and we're the older guys that guys are looking at, and it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be angry. on Monday and Tuesday. It's okay to feel some type of way, but come Wednesday, you learn very quickly that it changes like that, and so you have to be able to get ready and show your teammates that you're ready to go for that day. And that's something that we were literally talking about today. That bringing our energy,
Michael
bringing our
Guerrero,
leadership,
thank you for pulling up.
showing the young guys, and we got a lot of veteran guys that have been doing it for a while and have been through good times, hard times, all that. And we just know how long of a year it is. We haven't even played half our games yet. It's such a long season, and we're looking forward to just trying to get better and leading our guys this week to try and get a win this week.
I guess along those same lines, you said there were some things that needed to be addressed after Sunday. Tay had some pointed criticism.
NorCal Raider Jesse, thank you for pulling up, man.
Had
Tops.
just a couple angry days, I guess.
Tops of the
Like
afternoon.
you guys are more unified now. Some of those things have been addressed.
Yeah, absolutely. And Josh is really good at pointing them out. Sometimes he points stuff out that we don't even have to bring up. And it's addressed in the.
Let's get those likes up, y'all.
And really, the main focus was
28 watches, 16 likes, and they matching up.
What could you have done better in that game? And if you're honest with yourself, hopefully you come out here and do that. I always talk about it's one thing to say it and say yes sir, but then you gotta go do it. You know what I mean? And so it'll be fun to watch the practice film right now and see what that looks like.
Big conversation, obviously, after some of this 3 17-point leads, right?
Yeah.
Hearing that over and over. Then you see the moves that have been made. Jonathan gets back up. It's too easy to say it's on the defense. Do you take it personal as the captain, especially the veteran quarterback, when the defense is catching a lot of the blame for this?
Absolutely. I don't remember what year it was, but we were doing some good things on offense, and everyone just kept talking about the defense, and I was like this is a team game. It's not just all on them. If we turn the ball over and give them the ball at midfield every time, it's really hard to play defense that way. If we don't get a first down when we're backed up, we're making it a shorter field. We're making it hard. It's such a team game that fantasy football has turned it into. Well, they didn't give me my point, so it must be that fault, or it must be. Football is a team football game, and it will always be that. And the best teams usually win the games. And whenever you play the most consistent 3 aspects of football, those are usually the teams that win. So for us, each room is looking at it what could we do? Taking responsibility. It's never a finger point. As soon as you point fingers, that's when everything just goes to crap.
What are the challenges of going against a defensive coordinator that used to be with the Raiders and knows you and some of the other personnel so well on the offensive side?
Yeah, I mean, Gus, he's a great. I love him so much. I love Gus, and he's one of the greatest coaches I've ever been around. Just from a mindset standpoint, he's the same guy every day, and you're like, can he really be that way every day? And he is. So being around him every day, he knows, some of the, how we're wired. What makes us, go and all those things. He was around a lot of us, but we're a completely different system now too. So it works both ways too. We know things about him, but he knows that too. So it's a chess.
Raiderette for life. Thank you for pulling up. Thank you.
Have things for that and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be looking forward to playing against him. But out of all the coaches I've ever been around, I love that man so much. So to
Milk and Beezy like cereal. What's the deal, man? Top of the afternoon.
After their defense and
thank you for pulling up.
They're top.
You guys get those likes up, man. Get those likes up.
It'll be fun to go against them.
Appreciate it.
It'll be a chess match for sure.
Derek, you've played for head coaches that haven't called plays as well as head coaches that have. What are the differences in those two dynamics?
There's big differences. When the head coach is on them, the philosophy, there's only one voice. When someone else is calling them, you got 2 voices. And you hope in your organization that the voices align, right? Hey, it's this situation. I want the ball to do this, or I'm looking for this, or I want this to happen. And when those voices are in sync, those are usually good things. And so when the head coach is calling the plays, it's easier for me because whatever he's saying, there's no getting in trouble, because he's the boss.
This season's just been very interesting for both sides of the ball because obviously you guys are doing some successful things, but it doesn't reflect on the record. How much desire do you have to show for the rest of the season that this team is better than the record?
Yeah, we feel that way, but like I said, we haven't earned it, right? But we definitely feel that way. I mean, we've been able to move the ball a lot, score points, and do certain things, run it when we need to, throw it if we got to throw it in games, all that kind of stuff. So we've shown at times, but the consistency, if we don't do it consistently, it's not going to end how we want it to. It's like we see basketball players, baseball players, football players with all this talent sometimes, but unless all the things are clicking all at once, the results aren't what you want. You know what I'm saying? And so we can have all the talent and show it in spurts, but if we don't do it consistently, it's not going to be what we want it to be. So, yeah, I mean, we are competitive people. We are looking forward to making sure that we can show really to ourselves, that if we do things the right way and play the game the right way, that we can win football games and win them at a high level.
How much anticipation is there when you have a guy like we were talking about Gus Bradley that you're going to face, and you kind of think, oh, well, there's a lot of cover 3 there, and then you have somebody like Unique, you kind of maybe know tendencies that you'll be facing against. How does that help you prepare?
Oh yeah, Jan. For us, I'll say this first. Jan was one of my favorite teammates I ever had. So when he left, that broke my heart. That hurt because we were so close. Our leaders on the team and all that. So I know he'll be fired up to play us, obviously, and being there with Gus, he has familiar faces, right? And Faison's over there too, and there's some guys, but for us, like you've been around him, all that kind of stuff, but when you show up on Sunday, you still got to compete. It's football. You got to go, and so we got guys on this team that haven't been around those guys either. So for us, we're a different scheme. They're in different places with some different people and all that kind of stuff. Sure, there may be some similarities here and there that we may see or may know, but at the end of the day, we won't know until game day. What the plan really is.
A lot of guys around here have seen a lot of different things. You've been through a lot of different things. Davante really hasn't been through a season like this.
Yeah.
Not to speak for him, so we'll ask him later.
Yeah.
How do you feel that he's kind of handling going through a season like this?
Yeah, I mean, we've had some fun conversations. Because he's now seeing some things when, he hasn't had many coaching changes. He hasn't had many systems to learn. And now he's seeing, what happens when you have to do that, and when you have to do it many times, and so he's seeing that. But we still feel like we've been productive. We've been doing some nice things, but we feel like we're getting better. Last week we took another step in the right direction. But I think from an overall standpoint, his patient level, he's used to being in the same system, same guys, almost the same roster every year. And, he's learning that, when you come to a new place with new coaches, the roster is going to change, the scheme's going to change, all that kind of stuff. So his patience level has been great. And he understands, we all understand. I wish I didn't understand, but, we all understand that it takes time, but we're hoping that time doesn't take much longer, that we can get it together now, because we know what to do, but all 11 have to do it right at once. And if we can do that, I'm confident that going forward, we could have, finish the year how we want to finish it.
That's all good.
Great. Good. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, so that was Derek Carr. Same song and dance. You know what I mean? Shit. Just get it already. I understand if you say you're still trying to learn the system. Well, hurry up and learn that shit. Motherfucker sitting there. What, you waiting for the system to learn you? Motherfucker, you learn the system. Shit. Hold on, y'all. I'm out here trying to put out these little links and shit. Now we waiting on Davante Adams to go ahead and spread his cheerful joy. BL, what's the deal, man? Top of the afternoon, man. Thank you for pulling up. My guy, Pyro's in the motherfucking house for real. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let me see. Make sure I got everybody up in this bitch for real. Right on, Michael. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, you guys hit those likes. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to the channel. Hit those likes like I just mentioned. Hit the notification bell, and as well as leave me a comment or two. Let me know how you think I'm doing, what I can do to improve. And if you're not a Raider fan, fuck you. So it don't matter. You can just watch us. But with that being said, we're waiting on Davante Adams to go ahead and come up next and hear what he has to say. Shit. It's just another game Sunday. Ain't no sense in up here getting your draws in a bunch. You know what I mean? We just got to watch and see how this team perform. Let's see if they – fuck it. All we got to do is watch, man. Fuck it. Just get you a beer, kick on back, watch the game Sunday, and hope for a win. You know what I mean? Just hope for a win. Fuck it. I'm not going to lose sleep over this shit. These motherfuckers make a motherfucker drink. Grand Cam, what's the deal with you, man? Hey, thank you for pulling up, man, this afternoon. It's a pleasure, man. Yeah, we're doing the live presser. We just had Derek Carr, speak his shit. Now we're waiting for Davante Adams to see, where his frame of mind and what his observation is what this team needs to do to head in the right direction. But shit, it is what it is. It's football. It's football. I'm still gonna root the team on. You guys already know that we no longer have the pleasure of having 24 on the roster on defense. Jonathan Abram has been released and has been picked up off waivers by the Green Bay Packers. So there might be, not might be, it should be some money freed up. And they should cover some of that shit because they claimed them off waivers. You know what I mean? Hey, that's on them. We also called up Palomau from the practice squad, the safety that went undrafted out of USC. He is now on the 53-man roster. So what I was saying earlier is that it seems to me that they must have seen something in this young man to go ahead and bring him up and to let Jonathan Abram go. So I'm looking forward to seeing his development. Palomau, that is. I want to see his development of getting into this system. Shit, you still got other guys out there too. Darian Butler, linebacker out of Arizona State that went undrafted. We got some solid undrafted. I was surprised with the undrafted this year. You know what I mean? For us to grab as many as we did and them making the roster, whether it's practice squad or the main 53, I was impressed by that. And they showed me promise. Now, I know they got to be developed. That's understandable. But long as they're on that track upwards, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it for real. I don't know if he'll ball out because he noticed anybody that left here ain't balled out. Think about it. Who balled out after they left the Raiders like recently? Arden Key. You know what I mean? Zay Jones. Who balled out after they left here? So it goes to show. We'll see. We'll see. You know what I mean? A lot of teams know his weakness, so shit. It is what it is, man. I hope you do good. I like Abram. I'm not getting rid of the jersey. Once a Raider, always a Raider. He never dissed the team. He always was a Raider. It just didn't work out. You know what I mean? This ain't the first time a number 24 left us and went to Green Bay. You know what I mean? Nobody burnt Charles Woodson jersey when he left. So shit. I ain't gonna burn this one. Now other motherfuckers can get that lighter fluid for real, for real. You know what I mean? The ones that really ain't no Raider and be like, fuck y'all. Like, well, fuck you too, bitch. Shit. Yes, indeed. Now we got to wait for Davante Adams. He probably back there twisting his dreads, smoking a blunt. I got to get out here and talk to these motherfucking media people. They always ask me stupid ass fucking questions. Davante, is the team kind of concerned with the direction they're headed? Well, why the fuck would you think they would be? We're losing. Why would we be concerned? Just stop asking stupid ass questions. The media always got some stupid ass shit to say. Fuck that shit. Lucky I ain't. Man, I tell you, I call them out. I'm like, man, how long did it take you to come up with that dumb ass question? I'm just curious. Well, it's not dumb. The people want to. You asking me some common sense ass shit. What the fuck you think we are? You think we happy with the way shit is going? You ask me, are we a little upset? Motherfucker, we a whole lot of upset, bitch. Are you a little upset for asking this dumbass question and I'm calling you out on it? You should be. Your wife should make you sleep on the couch tonight. Oh, honey, you just asked the darnest questions. You should have just bit your tongue. Man, these motherfuckers, boy. Stupid ass questions, man. Stupid ass. Let me check on this motherfucking salary cap shit, man. I'm trying to I want to see exactly what Jonathan Abrams leaving. What exactly? Let me see. Shit, that's not what the fuck I wanted to do. Give me here. I want to see exactly what. Last time I checked, I think we were 10.6 million under the cap. 10 point. Let's see. We about to see what it is right now. Yeah, good journalism. But that horrible ass shit, like The journalism that you only find on YouTube. I think they just be asking stupid ass questions just so their name could be, oh, okay, John, your turn. Yeah, if a woodchuck could chuck wood, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck? Motherfucker, does that got anything? Stupid motherfuckers, boy. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick? Next. Next. They questions be just fucking empty. Like, shit don't fucking matter. What the fuck? Ask a good question. Ask a question that the fan base want to know the answers to. That's all we ask. You want us to go ahead and subscribe to your blogs and shit like this, but yet you do your job half-ass? Fucking don't make no fucking sense. All right, man, let me see what these Raiders look like on the salary cap. You know what I mean? Right now, how the fuck that shit down? So now I guess it's saying we're 9. Well, okay, I can understand 9.4 because we did sign Sidney Jones. I don't know exactly how much his salary is. Let me see. Let me see if they even got shit up to date with Jonathan Abram being released. Nope, they didn't even update that motherfucker. Okay, let me see what kind of money. I can see pretty much what it is. So Jonathan Abram, they don't even have them removed off the roster. Okay, so it'll be a release. It was a release. It'll be a release, a cut post June 1st. Okay, let me see something here. Yeah, they don't over the cap don't even have this shit up to date. Bro, what the fuck be wrong with over the cap? You want us to come check out your motherfucking website, and them motherfuckers can't even keep shit up to date. All right, so that's 2.9 and 747. So I guess they say with the release of Jonathan Abram, $747,000 is what's added to the cap. With a dead cap hit of 2.9 million. So they do add money, but over the cap has not updated the current salary cap because right now they still have it set at 9.4 and they still have Jonathan Abram on the roster as well. So fuck them, and fuck them again. So shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hey, thank you guys for pulling up. To those that are here for the first time, please subscribe to the channel and hit that like. Fuck the notification bell, fuck a comment. Subscriptions and likes. Come on, y'all. Let's get this shit going up. You know what I mean? Let's get this algorithm shit cracking. Once we hit 1,000, I'm gonna get somebody on here to twerk. I'm gonna have midget twerking. I'm gonna have them step up on the desk and twerk right in front of the camera. Ass is gonna be like right here, like twerking. I'm gonna have their little ass up on the desk right here, and I'm gonna have them twerk at 1,000. Oh shit! Little people need love too. How the fuck they go from midget to little people? And we know it means it's the same shit. I told my son the same shit. I says, look, son, I know you be cussing. He looked at me all surprised. I said, just don't do it in front of adults. Because you know my theory on cuss words, I don't give a fuck. Because it's like, if you say ass or you say butt, it means the same shit. How the fuck ass is worse than saying butt then? If it means the same shit. You like, you right, Dad. Your dad's always fucking right, son. The word motherfucker is a noun now. It does not mean what it actually meant when they came up with the word motherfucker. It's a noun. It's a person, place, or thing. I had to show them. I said, for instance, if I see a car out there and I'm like, oh, that motherfucker's nice. I'm not saying that car is fucking somebody's mom. I'm saying as a noun, it's a thing. That motherfucker's nice. And then when you use it as a person, you be like, hey, such and such called. I'm not calling that motherfucker back. Motherfuckers, hey, fuck that shit. Fucking cuss word. Ain't no motherfucking cuss words. Motherfuckers just try to make it more than what it is. Oh, you can say heaven, but you can't say hell. Hell no. Don't you say that. Oh, but if I were to say heavens no. Okay, that's better. How the fuck I can't say either or and they the opposites? That's like me saying I can say hot, but I can't say cold. Motherfuckers, look, I know I'm just ranting. I'm just be talking shit. Hey, y'all gotta know, man, I've been bedridden. Man, yesterday was no fucking joke, bruh. I don't know if it was food poisoning. I don't think it was the flu because I would still be having that shit right now. But man, I'm telling you, boy, you talk about having the runs. Ooh, man, the worst kind of runs you have. And the last time I felt like that it was food poison. I think I ate somewhere, a Chinese food restaurant or something, and that motherfucker, boy, and that's how I felt yesterday. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all, hey, make sure the food right. And I ate at the motherfucker at my job. So I'm like, man, them fucking sandwiches y'all had must have been bad. Hey, bruh, it wasn't no Hershey squirts. It was more like coffee squirts. It ain't nothing like pissing out your dick and your ass at the same time. Bruh. I'm talking about, oh, and I'm talking about all fucking day long. All day. I was up here debating. I'm like, man, should I get up and try to do this show? And I'm like, bro, you just gonna be shitting every 10 minutes. I'll be right back, y'all. I'm gonna be shitting 10 minutes and then it'll take me 10 minutes to get back. The show will be over after 3 shits. You know what I mean? Fuck. Motherfucker was shitting straight water. I didn't want to eat nothing. I didn't even want to drink nothing because I was like, man, if I drink more liquid, it's just gonna be more liquid coming out my ass. Bruh, I'm cool on that shit. I never again, man. I can't say never again because you don't know where the food poisoning coming from or not. But that shit fucked me up. That shit fucked me up, boy. It made me feel like how the fucking season is going. Now I understand how they feel in the locker room, boy. That motherfucker is not nothing nice. Willie Wayne, bruh, I'm better now. Yesterday, all bad, all bad, all fucking bad. But I kind of figured what the fuck it was. I thought it was gonna be I thought it was the flu. But I haven't had the flu in years. But from what I remember from it, I'm like, nah, it's not the flu because I ain't got no headaches. I ain't got no body chills. You know, none of that shit. No cough. It's just my stomach, man, was like every fucking 10 minutes. I was like the Pokemon Squirtle. I was Squirtle. Squirt, boy, just pissing out the asshole, boy. I'm like, motherfuckers, like, man, is there 2 people in there pissing? It sounded like it. Motherfucker was pissing out of both ends, man. What the fuck was going on? Nah, bro. Lot lizards. I see. You would have to be a truck driver to get them motherfuckers. I don't drive trucks. Nah. Now back in my younger days, we used to go. We get what we call stragglers. We'll be out riding around, catching walking around. Now that's the old school lizards. That was the street lizards. You know what I mean? The ones that be out at night. Be 2 or 3 of them. You go get at them, and you knew it was on. After that, you get some drink. It's on. Yep. The street lizard was the one I tried to use the sandwich bag on. Oh shit. I remember my partner, the other one, he was shooting her up with the BB gun. Stop! Stop! She left and went down the street. It was like 2 in the morning. He was shooting her ass up with the BB gun. One trick we brought over, hey, I caught the chick trying to steal my little brother's clothes and put it in her backpack. Man, I went in that motherfucker, bitch, get out. Get your bitch ass up out of here before you get something happen to you. I'll open her backpack and bitch had my brother's sweatshirts and shit up in there. You little hoe ass bitch. What's the deal, Raider Gang? What's the deal, man? Thank you for pulling up. Al's Ghost, my guy. Oh, he got the runs in the middle of the wedding? Oh my God. I could just imagine, bruh. Man, I can just imagine. Because I'm telling you, man, it had to be. I know it was food poisoning because, like I said, it's not the first time I had it. I only had food poisoning like one other time, and it's the same exact shit that happened. It's kind of one of them things where, bruh, you go to bed and you might shit yourself and not know because that shit just is liquid. You know what I mean? It's liquid. It's just gonna come out your ass, bruh. I didn't like last night. I didn't sleep at all. I was scared to go to sleep. I was like, bro, I don't want to go to sleep and fuck around and shit on myself and don't, well, not shit, but water shit myself and not know it till I wake up. Man, that's the worst motherfucking feeling, bruh. Like, damn, I can't go to bed. I can't go to sleep. So I was up all night on my phone, just, reading news. I was watching the politics shit, the voting and shit last night too. So, but man, I was nervous. I was like, bruh, do not fall asleep. Do not fucking fall asleep. You're gonna wake up and you're gonna be in a puddle of shit. Notice I said not a pile of shit. I'm gonna wake up and be in a puddle of shit. Motherfucker gonna be in a puddle of shit. Like, what the fuck? Who poured water in my bed? Oh, this is not water. Oh, hell no, this ain't water. Like a cesspool. A shit cesspool is what you gonna wake up in, man. Bruh. Nah, I don't need no Depends. It ain't like on a regular. Like the last time I ever had food poisoning like and had that shit happen, it was some years ago. Like I said, I remember eating at this Chinese food, man, and that shit hit me the same way. I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers. That's why, man, get your shit fresh and make sure that shit is cooked all the way through. I ain't shit myself to death. Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm. No, not Deuce. Not Deuce Gruden. All right, y'all be right back out of shit. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all. I'll be right back. I'm gonna give me a shot of some tequila, man. I need something to bounce back off of. Oh yeah. Salute to the chat, man. Hey, I'm back, motherfuckers. I'm back. I'm back, bitch. Shit, I feel a whole lot better. Salute to the chat, man. Hey, Raider Nation, man. Win, lose, or tie. Raiders till I die. Let me shut the fuck up. Here goes Davante Slim Jim Adams.
Just find a way to be consistent enough to do it over the course of the full game. All 4 quarters and whatever that is. Like I said after the game, it's really just execution. From the players at the end of the day. There's everybody's gonna try to create some division between the players and coaches just based off of different things that are said. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's about making adjustments and everybody doing their job. And I think that's what we have had some tough luck with this year is everybody doing their job at any given moment. And I feel like if we do that, then that's what gives us the best position to, or puts us in the best position to be successful. But we haven't done that consistently enough.
Previous stop in Green Bay, obviously you guys had a lot of success and won too many matches and you did have issues that kind of helped you all, some things you saw help get that execution going and maybe have some bad moments.
Confidence just is basically resorting to remembering who you are as a player and who you are as a team, and a lot of that comes with just establishing who you are as a team. And obviously we didn't really come out the blocks the way that we dreamt of, and that gets in the way of the real confidence sometimes, where you can go out there and say, look, we just beat the hell out of this team, or we drove the ball down and we put up 40 or whatever, and we haven't really done that. So I think when you can do that a certain amount of times, that's when you put it in kind of it's just a part of you as a team and as individuals, to where you can kind of channel whatever it was that kind of brought out the good sparks that you had on offense and defense and other parts of the game. So for us, it's just being consistent enough to where we can say, look, this is who we are. It's no difference from early in my career when 2015, when I didn't have a great year. I'd had success before that enough to where I could remind myself, you can do this, and this you belong, in this league, and you belong on the field making plays. So we just got to find a way to do that as a team, and we'll be all right.
After the game in Jacksonville, you said that it'd be less frustrating if it wasn't such a great team, but you have so many talented, established guys on the team, and that's what makes so frustrating. How much of a desire do you have in yourself and within the locker room to prove that this team is better than the record?
I mean, it's about proving it to ourselves. It's not. I don't care about proving anything to anybody else. It's about just letting us know, like, yeah, we are exactly who we wanted to be and who we said we were going to be. In the off season, we started putting all this work in. We've been working longer than any team in the league. So you know, we just gotta find a way to prove it to ourselves, because I think we all know who we are, and we all know who we want to be and who we're working to be. But we just gotta find a way to prove that and put it on paper.
Or that people are going to take quotes and try to cause division. After this past loss, the talk of three low leads is important is for guys to get back to town to make sure that everyone's on the same page. So it's
Well, I feel like something we've done a really good job of as players, in the media, is making it about what side of the ball you are on. I don't, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't seen anybody blaming the defense or the defense saying, well, the offense got to score more in the second half. It's been more about taking ownership for what you can do. I don't play safety, so I can't, talk about what's going on there. Or I don't play, DN, so I'm not talking about edges needing to be set and that type of stuff. That's what they'll get, to the podium and talk about that type of stuff, and I'll talk about making plays and catching that ball at the end of the game and finding a way to, still, be productive in the midst of them trying to throw all the coverages that they throw at me. So, that's where you can grow as a team, is when you're real with yourself and everybody takes ownership and does something about what they can control. What I mean? That's what this is about. What you can control, taking ownership of that, and really, like I said, really owning it. Because that's when you can be real enough to yourself and say, okay, this is what I need to change to be able to come back and help the team win.
You talk about wanting to prove it to yourselves you can do it. I mean, how do you measure that? Or is it just in the film room? Is it in wins and losses? Is it in production? Like, I guess, how do you measure what it means to prove it to yourself?
Well, proving it to ourselves is wins and losses as a team. Obviously individually it's going to be on the film. Because you only, like I said, you only control a certain part of it. So if I'm talking about how I can perform, myself, then I'm going to look at the tape, and obviously you got to be real. And if you did the best you can do, then,
Look at Michael.
it is
You
what it
so
is
high,
on
you
that.
thought it was
But as
7
far as
8.
proving it as a team and to ourselves, I mean, getting it done
Oh
over the course of
shit.
4 quarters so we can get W's.
Because throughout the season, there's nothing new to you, but you've been bracketed alive, a lot of over teams. Teams have had some success in the second half. There's Jaguars. I mean, in your career, what's helped you beat those kind of covers we've seen in the past?
Well, make no mistake about it. I think the Jags did a better job in the second half for sure, but we had opportunities. Like, they were there, especially after looking at the tape. Honestly, I'm even more upset, with how we executed. I know I already talked about that after the game, but after looking at the tape, like, it's even more so on us. And less, even less. And I don't put anything on the coaches. Like I said, I think that we got to do our job. But when I looked at it, we had plenty of opportunities. There were plays there. We had a couple. I think it was like 6 balls in a row that I couldn't come up with for one reason or the other. So at the end of the day, the plays were called, and there was some good calls in there, and we just didn't come down with it. So, um, yeah, I mean, they're not going to change it. They're gonna play what they play, and some teams stick to what they do, and we'll see how this game pans out as far as the coverage goes. But yeah, I mean, teams are going to do what they're going to do. It's a copycat league, and if it works for one, it's that's typically how teams think it'll work for us as well. So we got to find a way to still make plays, and like I said, we had the opportunities, didn't come down with it.
So along those same lines, I think it was a few weeks ago now, but Coach McDaniel said that there's a million different ways for a receiver like you that could be double brackets, whatever it is. But he feels like you've seen them all this year. I know you're used to it, but do you feel like you've seen even more different ways people are covering you this season?
Um, Not really, honestly. I mean, it's been a lot of the same stuff. I think we're playing teams. So far, we've played teams that kind of do what other teams do more than what I've maybe done in the past. A lot of you play against like the old Seattle team. Like they're not going to just double anybody. They're going to play what they play. They're going to play that cold defense, and they're going to stick to it. And that's what some teams do. And some teams will say, well, the Jags did that, so we're just going to do what they did. So I think it kind of goes week to week on based on who you play. But I've definitely seen a lot. They've thrown the kitchen sink a few times, but I've also been viced out there before. So there's different things and there's different levels to it.
Let's do last two. William Paul. So what become frustrating after you watched the film and the opportunities that you had? Does it become even more frustrating from a mindset, knowing the chemistry coming into the season? We talked about with you and Derek, with the off-season workouts, so but then, not saying you're doing this, but does it feel like, or when you're watching afterwards, like forcing that, and let's do this, and it doesn't work. So how do you keep that out of your mindset that it's not forcing, or does it come across as you? I'm not sure.
I'd like to force it. It is what it is. Nothing has been forced this year at all. I mean, I've had multiple games with like 2 catches, so I don't think that we should be talking about me getting the ball forced to me. Like that's ridiculous. I think that when you have certain players, you do what you can do to get them opportunities, and that's why I'm here. That's why they paid me to come here and make plays. At the end of the day, if we just gonna just concede and say, oh, they double team Tay, so it's forcing the ball to him if we throw it to him, then I got no business being in this building because that's what they're gonna do. So if you think that the only way I'm gonna get the ball is being singled up, well then I'm gonna have 4 catches on the year. You know what I mean? Like that's just how this thing goes. So yeah, I think we can do more. Honestly, you look at some of them and the ones that we didn't hit, it just was a result of like I said, a guy not doing his job. Me, I missed the one at the end. A guy missing a block, and Derek's got somebody in his face quick, and just different things where everybody's got to do their job, and it'll change everything. Because if I come down with 5 more of those in the second half or 4 more of them, then we're not having the same conversation because a lot of those were big play opportunities too. And if I can catch those and get loose, then now we're saying, well, why aren't they throwing them the ball enough? They should be throwing it more. So that's kind of how it goes. You ride the roller coaster sometimes based off of how the plays actually, how they result. And the second half we didn't connect on the way we did in the first half, and that's what you're gonna get. And a lot of overthinking. But at the end of the day, we just gotta just find ways to make those plays, and then we don't even have to answer certain questions.
Just like you said, you want to force it, and you always want the ball anyway. Do you feel like you are getting the opportunities that you should be getting? And how strange is it going to be going against a team that has a new head coach,
Big
who's never
worm.
coached football beyond high school level, against an OC who's never called a game, and against a quarterback who's never won a game?
Well, they've all played football before, so we got to remember that this isn't the first time he's on the field. It'll be an adjustment, and you jumping in at the
That's
middle of
right.
the year for a
Everybody
new
do
head
your
coach. I'm sure
motherfucking
he's not going to
job.
be. I don't have no idea what they're doing, but I'm sure it'll be a lot of what they've already been doing. He'll come in and probably just lead them in and do a good job at that because I know he was a really good, respectable player in the league. So, yeah, I'm not sure how their operation is going to go, but we just got to focus on us and worry about executing and making plays when we get the option.
Ray Love, salute to you, my
You getting
brother.
the
Thank you for
opportunities
pulling
that you
up.
think you need, or
I think there's been this past game. Obviously, I got a lot more, and I think the second half, like I said, was just about converting on them because in the first half
we were hitting and doing it the way that we dreamt of doing it, and then the second half just didn't.
Hey, for real, Pyro. Hey,
That's
what you need. You need
15 targets in a half.
Hey, if only Carr could talk like the way Davante talk, you know what I mean?
It's about the quality.
Keep that shit 100.
And just getting some opportunities.
Everybody got to do their motherfucking job, man.
There's obviously been times where it hasn't been even close to enough, and we know that, and you guys know that too. Saints game.
Say that shit. Say that shit.
That's not why I'm here. I'm here to be able to.
John Bankhead, what's the deal, man? Hey, top of the afternoon to you, my brother.
And I don't need to do it. I can have one catch if we are moving it, but if we're not, then that's obviously going to be a problem.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so that is it for the presser today. Yes, indeed. As you see, that Davante Adams get up there and he does not bite his tongue. He tells it how it is, but that's what we need. Sometimes in life, you need to hear the shit you don't want to hear, but the truth. So for him to say that motherfuckers need to do their job, it ain't my responsibility to worry about them, the defensive end setting the edge or this guy blocking, or I got to worry about what I got to do. If everybody did that shit, I'm telling you, it would be a better motherfucking team to play on. I think, and reading in between the lines from what some of the players said, it kind of seems to me like the younger guys, kind of like when you get down and out, they kind of cash it in. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well. And you figure that's kind of like a college mentality, because you figure you got elite teams in college and some that's not elite. And the ones that's not elite, if that elite team is blowing them out like 50-0, they accept it. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. They're better than us. So college mentality kind of, I think, transgresses over and kind of seeps its way into the professional, which pros don't think like that. They be like, no, fuck that. We don't stop playing until that clock hits 0. You know what I mean? But I think a lot of college dudes get in there, depending on what college they come from. Let's say it like that. If you come from Alabama, you expect to whoop people's asses. Now, if you come from somewhere like maybe Marshall or North Texas or, small schools like that, they usually, when they play good teams like that, they get their ass whooped. Then you kind of like, you're accepted to it. Like, it don't hurt your feelings because you're like, well, shit, it's Alabama. They beat us 50-0. And that's the kind of mentality you got to get away from, because it's like when you're in the pros, you got to expect to win every game. You got to go out there and give it your all until that last fucking number is 0 on that clock. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to read into it. That's my opinion. It might not be truth, but oh well. You know what I mean? Yolanda, what is the deal? Thank you for pulling up. Hey, if this is your guys' first time here, please do me a solid. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Hit the notification bell when you see pop-ups like this. I just pop up. You know what I mean? There's other things in the works that's coming along the way that will just be pop-ups. It will not be a scheduled release. So to be in the know, go ahead and hit that notification bell. Also, leave me a comment in the comment section to tell me how I'm doing, what I could do to make it better, or if you just overall just like, I love your show, Lunatic. I love that shit. You know what I mean? Let's get this algorithm going so YouTube can go ahead and suggest these videos to people looking for Raider content. So with that being said, you guys, hey, I'm glad y'all pulled up with me. I will be back tomorrow morning. I'm back. Like I said, I had to take a couple of days off. I got hit with the boo-boos, and I'm back now. You know what I mean? I got a cork. I take a cork and some duct tape. Boom. Hit it in the booty so I don't leak nothing. We good, y'all. we good, y'all. Hey, shout out to all y'all out there, man. Hey, love y'all, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. It's a pleasure to always do a show with y'all, man. Like I said, ain't nothing like the nation. So with that being said, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, it will be the Good Morning Raider Nation live podcast. And you already know Friday, we going in on the Colts. Fuck your team Friday. Raider Nation versus everyone. So I expect to see everybody there, man. Hey, thank y'all for pulling up today, checking out the presser. I hope y'all enjoyed, man. On your way out, if you have not done so, please subscribe, hit that like. I'm Lunatic Raider. This is Raiders Allegiance. Hey, I'm out this bitch.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
How about it, you creep, you lunatic?